Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Right on, Chris Hipkins.
To the Prime Minister, does he stand by, I better make sure I get the wording right, does he stand by all of his government's statements and actions?
In the context in which they were said and with the facts that were then known, yes.
Does he agree with Todd McClay that Winston Peters is, quote, fast earning himself an international reputation as an apologist for Russia? If not, why not?
Because that statement was made without any relevance to the new circumstances that member finds himself in. He's in opposition. Ask questions that represent opposition, not when he was in government. It's time. That means ask questions that were relevant before, after this government was formed and not before. He should know that. That's why he's sitting over there.
He didn't say he didn't disagree with it. Supplementary question. Does he agree with Chris Bishop that Winston Peters often, quote, makes false claims to the media and the public? If not, why not?
This may be a slow constitutional lesson, but the questions that we are required to answer pertain to when we formed this government and thereafter, and probably for the next 25 years. In his case, he should be explaining who his possible unlucky successor is.
Supplementary question. Does he agree with Chris Bishop? No, actually, does he agree with Paul Goldsmith that Peter's big mouth is harming Kiwi businesses? If not, why not?
This is another lesson that's going to take a long time to sink in. And that's why we would like to relieve this Parliament for a few days and for a few weeks for them to lick their wounds, because they are not learning the lesson that they lost. And as their former Deputy Leader Michael Cullen said, we won, you lost, eat that.
Supplementary question, Mr. Speaker. Does he agree with the Right Honourable Sir John Key of Winston Peters, quote, historically he's always been sacked by Prime Ministers. It's a very different style to mine and it's rearward looking.
Definitely a different style.
As everybody knows, Mr. Key made a lot of statements, but privately he's a secret admirer of mine.
Supplementary question, Mr. Speaker. Does he agree with David Seymour that Winston Peters has, quote, fallen out with National twice, with half his own colleagues within New Zealand First, even though he handpicked them? I mean, he can't work with anybody. I think you'll find that Chris Luxon is ultimately far too principled to try and work with them too, and if not, why not?
They say that's all. They say that all is fair in love and war, and dare I say it, politics. And those things are said on the campaign. Some are meant to be true, some are slightly inflated, and some are sometimes wrong. However, those words are again said by Mr. Seymour and Mr. Luxon's actions and mine as well. We're off to form a long-term, safe, successful government.